healing has a spiritual dimension. And it's so crucial to understand that this spiritual dimension has nothing to do with transcending the body, but with including the body. And this is what I want to talk about today. This is what you need to hear if you want to combine spirituality and trauma healing. Because healing your trauma means relating to your body. So what happens when we're traumatized? When we're traumatized, we dissociate from our body. That means the relationship from our body has been cut off, and parts of us are frozen in the past. Trauma is like a movement that has been frozen in time. It's a movement. It's, for example, a movement of anger, like we wanted to scream, we wanted to cry, but the cry or the scream, the anger, the helplessness was not held. There was no holding environment in which we could, relax into and be like, okay, I can actually be who I am. Does that strike a chord again? I am no one. I don't exist. If you want to kill your ego, if you want to kill your identity, and you try to become no one, that can be a restaging of this exact process. This can be still a part that is frozen in the past, that just wants to be felt, that is again met with the same reaction that it has been met in the past. And in order to heal that, you need to do the opposite. Notice the emotion, but then instead of transcending it and returning to your breath or returning to whatever you're focusing on, really start welcoming it. Can you allow for this feeling, this thought, this part of you to be here? Can you fill the relational field, the relational room between you and the feeling with empathy and love? Can you feel yourself in the relationship? And can you feel maybe your pain, your tension, your wounded parts in that relationship? And what then happens is something really magical. If you learn to relate to your body, then the warmth of your heart is meeting the parts of you that have been frozen in time, and the ice around them starts to slowly melt. And then the inner teenagers, the inner children, whatever parts have been frozen in the past, they're starting to thaw and they're starting to becoming vital again. What is the spiritual dimension here? The spiritual dimension here is the relationship, is the connection, is the room between you and your feelings, is the safe container for your feelings. So this is your relational space here. This is the space in which everything is allowed, and everything that is outside of the space is your shadow. It's everything that you cannot accept about yourself, that you've learned to repress, that you've learned to hate, that is shamed outside of your system. Everything that is happening within here, you can relate to. This is the spiritual space of oneness. Can you include your anger in the perception of yourself, in the perception of the world, of the cosmos? Can you see the cosmic energy of anger floating through you? Can you see that it's an expression of your life force? And can you include that into your relational field of your inherent okayness? And this is what healing is. It is expanding our realm of okayness. And can you find the place within you, your warm heart, in which you can have compassion towards the anger, towards the tension within you? And here's the thing, even if you cannot have compassion towards that, if there's a part of you that is maybe sad that you're angry all the time, that is ashamed of your anger, can you be compassionate towards that? Can you include that in your relational field? And while I talk about, I can already sense, and maybe you can sense it too, the enormous amount of peace, of, wow, I've been trying to fight this for so long, and actually all I just wanted was to be okay. All I just wanted was to feel at peace. And what we're trying on our healing journey is we try to get rid of these things. We try to meditate them away because we feel that this will bring us the peace that we long for. But what if I told you, you don't need to do this? There's a difference between pain and suffering. Pain is what you relate to here. pain is, for example, the difficult emotion that you're holding here. And suffering is the resistance towards that emotion. So you can be in pain and you can open your heart towards that pain in your relational present field and not suffer. You can be at peace in the pain. And this is the spiritual dimension. And this is actually love. Because in total presence, in total immersion in this relational field, there is no differentiation. There is no me and you anymore, because I'm opening my heart and I allow everything that I experience in. And this doesn't mean, and this is the important thing, that doesn't mean that you should let people that do you harm into your heart. By no means. This can also be a boundary. This can also mean you have bad intentions. I don't want you in my life. I keep you out because this here is precious. Everything that is within these borders is precious. And you can tell how much love there is. Even when we talk about anger, how much love there is in the boundary, in the space. So all of this is about expanding the love you have towards yourself, even towards the part that doesn't love you, even towards the part that is nagging you, this inner critic, even towards the part of you that doesn't want to fucking love the inner critic. I want to get rid of them. Okay, there's a lot of energy here. Can you allow that in? And then you may feel ashamed and you feel like, oh, okay, this is kind of weird. I feel anger here and inner critic here. Can you allow that? Can you allow that into your relational space and embrace it? And this is what I wish for you, that you expand the true love. I mean, what we talk about here is actually self-love, because all of these things that I just talked about, they are part of you already. There's the alreadiness. And I wish for you that you expand the ability to include that in your heart. So this is the end of today's video, and I hope I'll see you in the comment section. And I'm looking forward to hear how did this resonate within you. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.